bug out bag or survival kit is complete without paracord. And most of us use paracord in our survival kits, in our go bags, in different areas, because there's so many uses for paracord. But even military installations, you're not going to find one that doesn't utilize paracord in a lot of different areas. Paracord was originally designed for paratroopers in World War II. And these were the suspension lines that held onto the parachute. In 1997, it was used in the 82nd shuttle mission that actually repaired the Hubble Space Telescope with paracord. Very lightweight, super strong, and just a lot of different features about the paracord that make it really one of the most versatile cordages that you can have. But not all paracord is the same. We're going to take a look at some of the different details about the paracord you buy. You need to make sure you're buying mil-spec 550 cord. Now the name 550 cord comes because of the weight that this will hold under stress. It'll hold up to 550 pounds. The outer casing, or the sheath, is nylon. There is a lot of polyester being made out there, but nylon has a little bit of elasticity, and it just holds up a lot better than polyester. Here we see some polyester paracord, and a buddy of mine made this for me, and it's just a cool little cord. I like it. I mean, I like the bracelet, but this is commercial paracord, and it's not up to mil spec. Now, where this is the sheath or the outer casing, there should be 7 yarns right here. Now, this is called the core or the guts, and each of these is intertwined with 3 individual strands. And so this really builds up the strength of this cord. So even if you lose 1 or 2 cords, you're still going to have more that are going to back that up. Now, a lot of commercial available paracord has only 2 strands. And it's more similar to this. It's kind of shiny. It doesn't look near as tight as the military spec paracord. When you're buying your paracord, make sure that you do buy, and it's the type 3. There are 6 different military configurations for paracord. And number 3 is the 550 cord. And there's only one that exceeds 550, the others are less, all the way down to 95 pounds. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of strength, and 550 is really going to take care of so many needs. Another advantage of paracord over your regular nylon thread or even basic rope is that you have, let's say you have 1 foot of paracord, and then you have 7 strands. So that gives you 8 feet of cordage in 1 foot length. And then when you break down these other strands, that gives you 22 feet of potential cordage in a 1 foot strand. So it makes it very compact, it makes it super versatile, and you can use this for all kind of things. One thing about getting down to these really fine strands, you can actually sew with it, you can fish with it, you can even use it to bind and make a shelter with it. And even the single strands, very strong. I mean, that was a serious pull, and that's just 1 strand. And then the guts, or the core, can just be removed altogether. And this gives you a really strong nylon sheath that can be used for bootlaces or tie downs or whatever you need. But one of the things about the sheath or the outside case is that it really gives you a little bit of slippage here. It's not too tacky, and it's not going to hang. But it also protects those inner strands. So you're going to have protection here, and then you have the loose strands here. So it's just a cool combination. Now, once the ends have been cut, these can fray and open up. And one of the ways to seal that is just to take heat, a lighter, and just heat it up, and then just press it very lightly, and that will seal up the end. So that's going to keep it from fraying. And like here with the lanyard on this Spyderco Mannix 2, you can see where these have been melted at the ends, and this is going to keep this from fraying. You can also melt sometimes up close, and it will really seal in your knot. Paracord can be knotted into a bazillion different configurations, so it's not only very strong and user-friendly, but it's also very nice and decorative. You can place different kind of beads as well on the paracord. You've all seen the paracord bracelets, and these of course can be unwound in a situation to where you can use this for cordage. Here on this little Maxpedition bag, they use paracord as zipper pulls. And then of course there are some really cool ideas here with paracord used as rifle slings, which I'm getting ready to do a little review on these coming up really soon. But this is a great way to be able to strap your rifle. It's really nice, it's really comfortable, and yet if I really need that cordage, I can break this down. Now that would really be a shame, but I could do it. These can be made into belts, they can be made into shoulder straps, they can be used for tie downs, used to make shelter, tie it around a small tree, or you can put stakes up. Of course, here I have this little Essie Azula, and let's say I'm concerned that this could come off. I could put a lanyard on here, or I could put what they call a dummy cord and just tie this down. Then run it through some of this molly webbing. Give me enough length to where I can use it, and still tie it down. That way I'm not going to lose this knife if I need to draw it and use it, or it's not going to come loose. At least I'll have it retained. And of course you can do that with all different kind of gear, whatever it is. And not only just to lose it, but if you're carrying a pack and you want to place different cord on it to secure items, you can do that as well. And you guys already know most of this. I mean, it's just a super versatile thing. In fact, anything that you can use a string for, you can use this. Anything you can use a rope for. In fact, climbing ropes are typically made with inner strands woven over and over to really give a lot of strength. Here the buffer tube, or the receiver extension tube, I used paracord on my AR pistol. It really gave it a very soft feel to it. And that's another thing. It can be used for comfort. You can use it to, brace your cheek. Like right here, you put your cheek on here. It really gave it a nice feel to it. You can buy the paracord in large lengths. And one of the things I want to just caution you on is if you're using your paracord, don't just cut it if you can help it. Leave it in the longest length that you have because you can reuse it. So tying it down on a tie down and you have extra hanging off, let it hang. And keep your rope as long as you can get, because this paracord, again, has so many uses to it, and the longer the better. So guys, if you don't have a good length of paracord to be able to use, you definitely need to get some, but you mainly need to make sure that it is the military spec 550 cord, is type 3, and that is really what you need to use. That's going to give you the most strength and the most bang for your buck. So make sure you keep plenty of paracord, whether it's in your truck, whether it's in your day pack, your bug out bag, around the house. There's just a million uses for it, and it's well worth it. And you never know, if you really need cordage, you've got something that's really going to hold up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Here the buffer tube, or the and of course when these ends are cut, they start to fray. And you cut this, and so it's very versatile, and really it just no suspension wires for paratroopers. God bless America. Be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic.